Were you a big fan of Celebrity Deathmatch, Tim?
I was definitely a fan, without a doubt. I mean, late 90s, coming out of college, it was a great show on MTV. There's so many good shows back then.
Yeah.
I definitely was a fan. So, how about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're flipping channels and if you're looking for something stupid to watch, there you go, right?
Yeah, totally. And I think with, you've got games like Mortal Kombat where, the finish him and they would have these really over the top bloody kills in the game. I think that very much inspired the kind of stuff they were putting in.
I never thought about that before, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The fatalities.
Oh yeah. I think there were definitely some that would qualify from Celebrity Deathmatch. So.
And it was really great when there was a celebrity you maybe didn't like so much to watch them get disemboweled and whatever, run over.
Yeah. And I think along the lines of that, I was a very big Nirvana fan, and not a huge fan of Courtney Love. So when she had I think she actually had 2 matches, but the one where she battled Dave Grohl, and it was supposed to be her and Billy Corrigan. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that one?
I don't.
Okay, so Billy was signing autographs outside of the ring.
Yeah,
and it was like Thunderdome. It was this giant cage globe, and they're closing the globe, and Billy realizes he's not even in the ring, and he tries to jump into the ring, and he gets his head stuck between the 2 pieces of the cage, and it's just slowly just pushing his head together, and he turns into kind of a pumpkin face real quick, and then his head explodes.
The violence was great.
No, yeah.
And then I guess Dave Grohl stepped in.
Yeah, Dave and Courtney ended up battling, and Dave won. I think he dropped a piano on Courtney or something. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, about Celebrity Deathmatch. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And, we're talking a lot of 90s things. And so I looked up to kind of learn a little bit about it. And, like most MTV shows, it kind of hung around for quite some time. And it debuted in 1998.
Right.
And ran till 2002. And then it had a slight reprieve there for a year or two in 2006.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, totally. And I think the director, I think his name was Eric Fogel.
Yeah.
I think he was also involved in Daria, which was another one of the MTV shows. Yeah. I think he produced a couple episodes or directed a couple episodes of that. So.
Okay.
Other than that, though, I don't think he's done a ton of other overly notable, things.
No.
I think this is definitely his most remembered production. So
there was talks of repriving it on Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah.
This year, but they fell through.
Yeah. Well, I guess Paramount bringing Beavis and Butthead back, it makes sense that they would try to do the same. But I don't know. Maybe society has moved on from claymation celebrity deaths,
but you can watch all the old episodes.
Yeah.
On Paramount Plus.
Nice.
So if you're jonesing for a little flashback time, you can find them streaming there.
Nice.
Did you do you remember? I did write down a few of the famous matches.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember Charles Manson taking on Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was actually the very first match they ever had. Yeah,
okay.
That was the first one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember any of the specifics of that one? I mean, I know I watched it. Trying to think if I remember what. Something about a Tunisian skull pull of death, I think, was somehow involved in that one. Do you remember that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how that all went down, but it was a pretty good one.
I did like the. I was, I mentioned before, a huge Howard Stern fan, and he had a beef with Kathy Lee Giffords.
Yeah.
And so they had a match, which I don't specifically remember, but I'm pretty sure Howard Stern won that match. There's no way that MTV would allow him to lose to Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah. And one of the ones that I remember really vividly was the Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant one. Do you remember that one?
I don't.
So they both had swords, and they just start swiping off little pieces of each other, and it just goes on and on, where they're just legs, arms, and down to stumps, and it ends with them. It's just their thumbs in the middle of the ring, and they're having a thumb wrestling battle. And I think it was Grant's thumb that launches into the air and then squashes the thumb of Robert E. Lee for the victory. Okay. So. It was pretty good. A little bit of history on that one.
Yeah, they had to go with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were. I think there was one with Hillary Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't ask me to say Hillary Clinton too many times. Get tongue tied.
And they did have I know they fed off of that whole Mike Tyson Evander Holyfield situation with him being Tyson biting off a piece of Holyfield's ear.
Yeah.
They definitely had a little fun with that.
Totally.
Which was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there was so many. I mean, I think wasn't it like 93 episodes or something like that?
There was a good number.
Healthy number. Yeah. A lot of people had multiple, they'd come back and fight more than once.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there was one with this was one that I remember as well that was pretty cool. I liked a lot of the rock ones. So like obviously Smashing Pumpkins and Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
There was one with Rage Against the Machine where they fought a machine. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't.
So it's this giant, like, robotic, with, saws for hands and everything. And before the match even starts, the bass player and the drummer just get sawed in half, like
right off the bat.
Yeah, that's just done. And then the Zach, the lead singer, and Tom Morello, the two of them end up battling the robot for the rest of the episode, or the machine. So
the machine, yeah.
Pretty good.
Who won? Do you remember?
I feel like they might have won. I can't 100% say that I remember, but I'll say they won. I'll report card it.
I do vaguely remember Hanson fighting the Spice Girls.
Yeah, that was another good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were pretty good. That I think there was a couple with. Again, like the music industry seemed to be a big, part of, obviously, MTV. So like Fred Durst and James Hetfield from Metallica. That was a pretty good one.
I think they had all four Beatles square off against each other.
Okay.
In one. Yeah.
There was one with the lead singer of Creed, Scott Stapp, against Eddie Vedder.
Oh, really?
And that one, in my opinion, was especially brutal because they had, I want to say they had barbed wire instead of ropes.
Oh.
And they just wrap each other in barbed wire and tear. It was really gruesome. So I'd have to think we were kind of post-college age, so for us it wasn't that big a deal, but younger kids who were watching it, I don't know, it's probably a little over the top.
I'm sure. Yeah. It was graphic.
Yeah.
It was clay, but it
still
was
really bloody.
Which made it great.
Yeah. I want to say DiCaprio. I think he was in 2 fights too. I think he fought maybe Woody Harrelson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like a jungle match, I think, something like that. Where there was snakes in the ring and all kinds of stuff.
Something going on.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And this one, it was Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and that one was pretty good. I think they had a special guest ref. I think it was Chuck Norris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think Van Damme killed him before the match even started. So, yeah, it was pretty good.
Well, one big celebrity that was part of it was Mills Lane.
Yeah, right.
Who's the guy that goes, "Let's get it on."
Yeah.
And he was, I don't know if he was part owner or whatever, but he was definitely involved, more so than just, I think, speaking.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, because he was, I think for a lot of the Tyson fights, I think he was the ref for them. Yeah. So, pretty notable referee.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but for me, being a huge Beavis and Butthead fan, I loved when they did the crossover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was so fun.
They brought him in and they were killing each other and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to watch? Should we watch that one?
Yeah, I think we should. That would be a lot of fun. Let's
All right, cool.
Here they come now, Beavis and Butthead. This is cool. There's something
Yeah, so having it be a crossover where you've got the claymation and them being cartoons, I thought was
on
pretty
top
fun.
of it. Yeah.
Come on, Johnny. All celebrities are two-dimensional.
I want a good clean fight.
There's Mills.
Yeah. And I think there was some people weren't sure, were they going to fight each other? Or were they going to be a tag team and, fight another?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cool that they had, the two of them fight each other.
There's just something about Beavis and Butthead that makes me laugh. I don't, even all these years later, I see them and they make me just chuckle. I don't know. They're so dumb.
Yeah.
Are you watching the new season? The new seasons?
Yeah, I've been watching it on Paramount Plus, so it's pretty fun.
I saw this one where they were in the mall and they're doing he just wants to put on yoga pants because he wants to be sexy. Oh my god! I haven't laughed that hard in a while. It was really funny.
What are you doing? Hey,
So right now, Beavis has had his midsection erased by Butthead with a giant pencil. So.
Yeah, right. Lunch.
And then Butthead shoves the big giant pencil right into Beavis's head.
Butthead is down, but not for long. He's going back into the trunk.
Well, outside of the audio, which you guys probably can kind of make out, there's like a trunk where they just keep pulling various things out of, and so Butthead got smashed by a giant boulder first, and now Beavis just blew him up with a fire extinguisher.
And so when he got blown up from being flattened like Wile E. Coyote, he's now in claymation.
Yeah.
So Beavis puts it on his butt and blows himself up.
Except he went too far, and now he's really oversized. Oh.
Head first into a popcorn machine. So, of course you can find this on YouTube or Paramount Plus, actually. If you happen to have that. But now Beavis has lost his hands, and he's got, like, barbecue tongs. He replaced them.
Yeah.
Reminds me of being, a young 20-something, coming back from the bars late at night, maybe.
Life was simple.
It was so simple. So, of course, Beavis turns into Cornholio and decimates Butthead and wins the match.
It's the only way it could end, right?
Of course.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
So after that fun little jaunt down memory lane of
Yeah.
watching some Celebrity Deathmatch and talking about all those cool experiences of the late 90s, I thought it'd be fun to go through and take a look at something that maybe has a little bit of value for some of our listeners out there. If you held on to a lot of your stuff like I did, maybe you have some cassette tapes that still work, because some of them are worth quite a bit of money.
Very shocked to hear that.
I know, right?
Very surprised. I never would have thought that.
Yeah. So we found a top 10 list of some of the most valuable ones. And so to start it off, number 10
is Jay-Z with Reasonable Doubt, which came out in 1996. And this particular cassette tape, if you have it, would be worth a whopping $100.
Yeah.
$100 for a cassette, Tim.
Yeah.
Now, if it's still like saran wrapped and whatever they call that,
sealed
cellophane or whatever, $400.
Not bad for a cassette.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good money on your investment.
Yeah. 10 to 40 times what you originally paid for it. Not bad.
I don't know how many. Let me ask you this, Tim, because you do have everything. Do you have any cassettes you didn't open, like still wrapped?
I'd say the only ones I have that are not opened would be blanks that I had bought to dub something. So
Right.
I've got some
Yeah.
Memorex ones that are still in the wrapping, but I don't think they're going to fetch $400 or
Yeah,
more.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So rare indeed if you were to have something like this on, still wrapped.
Yeah.
What about number 9?
Number 9 was Madonna's Madonna, which came out in 1983.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And let's see. So if you have used versions, you could get between $30 and $65. Still
Okay.
not bad.
That's not bad.
And if you had one that was sealed, $250 to $350.
Okay. That's not bad.
Again, I think the lesson here is if you're out there, kids, and you want to make some money 20 to 30 years down the road, buy something and don't open it.
And don't open it. I wonder what is the driving force to getting unopened cassette tapes, because clearly the sound quality is not good. There's no bonus tracks that you're going to get that you can't go get from Spotify.
Yeah.
Little plug for Spotify.
Sure.
Or YouTube or really anywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess it just must be a personal collection.
Yeah.
designer.
And I think the tangible part of it, I mean, even like I still have all my CDs. There's something still kind of cool about
Yes.
going back and looking at the jacket art,
Yeah.
reading the lyrics that are like 5-point text that are impossible to read now. But I think, there's just like people who love records. There's
Mhm.
probably people out there, just love the memory that
The
comes along with
nostalgia
the cassette.
of it.
Yeah.
It must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming in at number 8 is Snoop Dogg with Doggy Style, 1993.
Nice.
It's got tracks like Gin and Juice.
Mhm.
Of course, we all know Gin and Juice,
Yeah.
and What's My Name. But if it's a regular copy, an opened copy, $30 to $60.
Okay.
That's what you're getting from Madonna.
Sure.
But if it's sealed, up to $500.
Nice.
So go check your
Check
back of your 1989 Honda Civic.
See if you bought two by chance.
By
One's
chance.
still in the wrapper. All right. So then at number 7, it was the Notorious B.I.G. with Ready to Die, 1994. So this one opened, you could get as much as 90.
That's
Not
a
bad.
lot of money.
And then a fully sealed copy would get you $500 to $600 on eBay.
I
so-
can't believe it. It just seems crazy to me.
Yeah. And, again, tracks like Big Papa and Juicy. It was a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, number 6, it was one of the biggest albums of all time, right? At
Yeah.
least in the 90s, and that was Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
Sure.
Came out in 95, and I own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody owns it.
Sure.
I did not. I had this on CD, though. I did not have... at this point, I'm buying CDs only,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
95?
Sure.
So I can maybe this is a bit of a rarity, but the used copy, $10 because they mass produce so many. But if you have it sealed, $600.
Wow.
Could be yours.
We're creeping up
Mhm.
here now as we're getting to the middle of this top 10.
It's kind of ironic, Tim.
Yeah. So now here we are at number 5 with Nas with Illmatic. Came out in 94. Copies of this would get $150 for a open
Wow.
and $900 for an unopened copy of that. It's pretty.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Now this one, I think it has to do with the amount that were sold. There was only 60,000 copies of that.
So now we're getting into
Rarity.
a rarity situation.
Sure.
The opposite of the Alanis Morissette, where they just pumped out 8 million. No.
That's right.
Coming in at number 4, love this. Metallica, Ride the Lightning, 1984. I had this on cassette.
I still have mine.
I don't have mine anymore, Tim.
I don't think I have the case though. I think I just have the cassette, which is weird because usually like that's outside of my normal collector's sort of vibe that I would keep everything.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
somewhere along the line I lost the.
Well, if you have it, it's worth $150. Sealed would be $1,000. But maybe you want to go pull that out because there was a misprint that was released in France. So maybe while you were in France,
Sure.
when you were a freshman, and that could go for between $200 and $300.
Wow.
And the misprint, do they tell us what the misprint here is? No, it just says misprint.
Yeah.
But
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to dig it out.
my brother probably still has his Metallica Ride the Lightning on cassette. I gotta go tell him about that.
Yeah. So then coming in at number 3, with the Beastie Boys, License to Ill, 1986. Now again, this was one there was a lot, 10 million in the U.S. So a lot of versions
Yeah.
of that one. $25 to $40, just because of the quantities. But if you have an unsealed, I'm sorry, yeah,
It should say sealed. I
Yeah, it
think
should
it's
say
a
sealed.
mistake. Yeah.
up to $1,500.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you have that on cassette?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of skateboarding was done with the
Yeah.
cassette playing on the old ramp.
We were so cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, Nirvana with Nevermind, 1991. And again, I'm sure they made, a ton of these. But given the, popularity and nostalgia for when it's that popular, there's lots of people who probably want a copy. They never got a copy.
Mhm.
Regular opened, $30.
Right.
Not bad. But unopened, $1,500. $1,500.
Need that time machine.
That
Go back, buy a couple cassettes.
That's a lot of Cheetos.
Yeah, exactly. Coming in at number 1, Pearl Jam's 10, 1991. 15 million copies
Wow.
of that, with obviously big songs like Even Flow, Jeremy. Your average copy will get you 20, and then up to 4,000 for
Wow.
the sealed copy. So
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
yeah.
Well, that is actually, it's kind of funny that this is the number 1 item on here, because that was the very first CD I bought.
Really?
I bought 3 CDs at once. It was Pearl Jam's 10, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and Red Hot Chili Peppers Greatest Hits.
Wow.
And I bought them all at the same time, and that was one of them. But that
That's-
was when I said, I'm never going back,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's interesting because I'd have to think on it a bit to see if I can remember what my first CD was. I kind of feel like it might have been that I did a BMG.
Rick Astley?
Yeah, but if I did order on BMG, it would have been like 8. I think you get 8 at once, 8 for 1.
8 for a penny.
Yeah, so I'd have to see if I can figure out what those 8 are. But
I hear they're coming to collect.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Awesome.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
You know, we like to play a few games here at Latch-Key Dads.
We always do.
And today is going to be no exception. I don't even know where this game came from. It just appeared in my house one day. I don't know if my wife bought it or where it came from, but I thought we'd give it a check out.
Let's do it.
All right. The name of the game is called Like Totally 80s Pop Culture Trivia Game. Flashback to the most radical decade of all time. And I don't know. I did not read the instructions.
Okay.
We're just going to simply pull cards and see what happens.
Sounds like how we would handle it. Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds perfect.
Would you like to go first or?
Sure.
Okay, so I don't know. We're just pull a card and let's see what happens.
All right. So here we go.
You let me know. And there's 2 sides, so if one doesn't work, you might try the other one.
Okay.
But I was flipping. The blue side seemed to be a little better, but I'm not really sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Blue side. First question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. What color is Pee Wee Herman's bow tie?
See, now I'm going to answer that right away, and I'm
Okay.
probably going to be wrong.
All right.
Red.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, okay.
Greg, you
Oh.
are correct.
All right, nice. All right, we'll give you a question now.
Okay.
I gotta. I'm gonna go.
Should I just practice now? Incorrect.
Okay, so this is we're just making these up as we go.
Okay.
So this is a 2-parter.
Okay.
So you get a point for each one
All right.
because
let's
that's
do
just the way we roll. It's a little weird, but okay.
it. All right.
What CBS Saturday morning kids show featured a genie that granted a daily wish by reciting his magical chant?
A genie.
Yeah.
I feel like it's right there, and I should know this, but like so many things that I can't seem to pull.
Would you like a hint?
Sure. Let's do a hint.
Live action.
Live action.
Live action. Saturday morning kids show.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, okay. Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh.
Which I thought was just really weird that the
It was
previous
right there.
question.
All right.
Well, I'll give you a chance to get the bonus point.
all right. Let's see.
What was the name of that genie?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't watch a lot of Pee Wee's.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the movie, but I didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you are, but what am I? All right, Tim. Sorry. The answer was Jambi.
Jambi. Yeah.
Jambi. Yeah.
You could ask me that for the next 1,000 years. And I never came up with
I'll ask you that tomorrow, and you'll still be
Yeah, I'll be
like,
like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be like, jelly? No.
Jelly.
All right, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. Yeah, this is more of like some sort of activity. We're going to skip that
Okay. All right.
one. All right.
Remember to check the other side, too.
Okay, this says, let's do math 80s style.
Let's do math.
Just get the answer to score.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Number of men and a baby
Okay. Easy.
plus short circuit robot.
Oh. Johnny, number 5. So 8.
Very good. That's weird.
You all right?
No, I'm just
Got
looking
a
at the
puzzled
answer.
look on your face.
I'm looking at the answer. It says, answer 3 plus 5 equals 11. In what world?
In-
Am I missing something?
Brought to you by the Dyslexic Association.
Where's this game made? All right. Well, there you go. New math.
New math.
We just learned something.
There you go.
3 + 5 = 11. Stay in school, kids.
All right, that doesn't work. Oh my gosh, how apropos for our podcast, Tim.
All right.
According to the end of every G.I. Joe episode, what is half the battle?
Well, knowing that we've been knowing for 35 plus episodes, knowing is half the battle.
Very good. Well done.
I might have put that one in there just so we'd get it.
Slid it in.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's a numbers game, so the answer is just a number. Greg, you're getting all the math.
All right, here we go.
It's the number of Super Bowls the San Francisco 49ers won in the 1980s.
3.
Wow, Greg is on fire.
Ooh, I'll take it.
3 for 3
All
with the answer number
right.
3.
Nice. Okay. Spell Weird Al's last name, Yankovic.
Okay. Yankovic.
Very good.
All right.
All right. See?
I got a little nervous though. I was
Yeah.
like, am I going to mess
Is it
this up?
trick?
Yeah.
No trick.
All right, here we go. What did Michael Jackson debut during his performance of Billie Jean at the Motown 25 special in 1983?
That's a hard question because it could be the glove or it could be the moonwalk. But I'm going with moonwalk.
Very, very, very well done,
All right.
Greg.
All
Way
right,
to
nice.
walk your way through that. Moonwalk your way through.
Moonwalk. Okay. Oh, this is a good question, Tim. I was a big fan of this show. We've never mentioned this show before.
Okay.
On our podcast. What did you have to say in order to get slime dumped on you in the hit Nickelodeon show You Can't Do That on Television? Did you watch that show?
I did watch it. I can picture the whole sequence. I can see people getting slimed.
Yeah.
I can see Mark Summers as the host, right? Wasn't that the host?
That was
Oh, no. That's a different show. wasn't
Double
it?
Dare.
Double Dare.
Double Dare. Great show, by the way.
See, I think I'm thinking of Double Dare, so yeah. I don't know that I did watch You Can't Do That on
You got it
television.
right. I don't know.
That was actually my thought, was that it might be that, but
I'll give it to you. You said it.
I got to go back and watch it now to see how much I remember and how much I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nicely done. I don't know what the score is. I really haven't been keeping track.
Yeah, you're winning because you've gotten them all right. So. Okay, back to numbers, Greg.
Oh, man. What the heck?
It's the number of licks the wise owl claims it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop.
A 1, a 2, a 3. 3.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think you just have to answer 3 for every question.
Could they have tried a little harder on this game?
Yeah. Crunch. They got to work on their math though,
Yeah.
because 5 + 3 is still 11.
Oh, man. Here you go. We all know and love the Super Mario Brothers. But what color hat did Luigi wear?
Luigi was green.
You got it.
Hey, it's a Mario.
This game's for people who were not born in the 80s.
Okay. What are the 3 rules of owning a Mogwai?
Okay. I might not get them in order, but sunlight kills them. No, not sunlight. Wait a minute. Yeah, sunlight kills them. You can't put them in sunlight because the sun kills them. You can't get them wet, and you can't feed them after midnight.
Very well done.
All right. Jeez. I'm crushing
Greg
this
is
game, man.
on. This is Greg's game. What is Greg's game? Maybe Greg read all these before he started.
It's a numbers game.
Okay.
Your first numbers game. It's the number... Oh, this is a good movie. It's the number of fingers on the right hand of the man who killed Inigo Montoya's father in the movie The Princess Bride. Hint, it's not 5.
No. I'm going to say 3, but I'm probably wrong. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
Six
remember
Fingered Man.
Six Fingered Man. As I was saying it, I was like, no, I think it's more than last, but poorly played, Tim. Poor job by you.
One more each?
One more each. Let's do it. All right. Team. No, it's a team one.
Yeah, stupid. And this game, by the way, is brought to you by Buffalo Games and Puzzles.
All right, here we go. 80s spelling bee. Just spell the name. Steven in Steven Spielberg.
It's Steven.
Very, very correct.
All right, cool.
No PH in that one.
Okay. And I've seen Steven spelled with an A, too. Steven. Steven.
Steven, no.
Oh, yeah.
He is not Steven.
All right, your last question?
All right, let's get it wrong.
Let's see. I don't know what that means. That's stupid. Stupid, Tim.
Jeez, Greg, you don't have to call me stupid.
All right, here you go. This will be... I have a feeling Tim's going to get this one. Which Australian model graced the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition 3 years in a row? 96, 97, and 98.
Oh, God. I can see it. Come on, Tim.
Remember the white bathing suit?
Uh-huh. Elle Macpherson.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. All right, very good. Well done, Tim.
Finish strong.
Finish strong.
Well, that was fun. That's good.
Yeah. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
Well, it's about that time. Time for our report card.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Are we going to be using whiteout and hiding it from our parents, or how are we doing?
Well, I think on this one we'll be okay with just reporting what we did wrong.
Okay.
And really, it was just the one note that I had about the Rage Against the Machine Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
I had said that I thought that they might have prevailed against the Machine. But in fact, after further review, the Machine did sort of a meat slicer action to Zach and Tom, and then used a dustbuster to vacuum up the remains. So the Machine did prevail. In that
the Machine always wins.
So anyway, I think
that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I think for a grade, I don't know. What do you think?
99 and a half.
All right. Sounds good.
There you go. Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there, as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, yeah, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page, where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know.
No,
I know exactly about it.